Hi everybody, Dr. Zach here. I hope that you're all having a great day. I wanted to shoot out a video today just to be a word of encouragement to people. And I've got a pretty good feeling that somebody needs to hear this and see this. And I'll tell you why. The reason that I'm convinced that that's the case is that this has been a really difficult video for me to shoot. Normally, I take a take or two and then I put together a video and it goes out. I am pretty raw and rough and I don't really worry about refining things. But today's been particularly difficult and I'm having a hard time just putting all the pieces together. So I know that what I am going to share is important and that somebody needs to hear it. So if it's not you, be sure to share this with somebody else. But I had a gal that came in this morning and as I was adjusting her, she said that something profoundly had changed since her adjustment last week. And when she was in last week, she was sharing with me some emotional challenges that she'd been having, and that she didn't disclose any information, but she said that she had severe trauma when she was young, and that since that time she's really been dealing with some emotional challenges, and it's affected relationships. And here's the way your nerve system works, is that when trauma or stress happens, our nerve system takes and processes it, and it's going to formulate the response that's best for it at that time. And so oftentimes when we have too much to handle at one time, we'll create a response just to help us get through that situation. The problem is that whenever we are then exposed to another challenge or another stimulus that's similar to the one we just had, is it tends to drive us down that same kind of reactive pathway. So we don't necessarily have the most appropriate response, and we'll get into a negative pathway with that. And so I went through and I did some neurological reprogramming with her just to get it to where we could take her away from having a traumatic response to emotional stress to a more positive response. And she shared with me as she was driving home that she just felt this peace that came over, this actually an energy, she said, that came in through her head and just started tingling down into her hands and down into her feet. And she said that she got home and she was sharing that with her husband, and they just embraced, and that they had this really kind of a healing moment, and that this entire past week everything has been different in her household with how she relates to her husband and to her children. They even had some friends that came and visited, and there was some deep connectedness that took place in that relationship as well. And so I wanted just to remind you that we're going through some traumatic times, we're going through some difficult times, and if we don't take some time to process and let healing happen, we can get stuck. But I want to remind you that you're made to heal, that you're made to recover, you're made to get stronger through challenges and through chaos and disorder. And so take some time today just to process and to remind yourself, well, I really am created to not just survive, but to thrive. That I really am powerful, that I do have this amazing healing power inside of me. And if you have some challenges you need a little extra work with, then reach out and we'll help you get through some of those as well. But remind yourself of how amazing you are. And if you see somebody else that needs to be reminded of the same thing, be sure to remind them as well. Till next time, this is Dr. Zach. God bless you and have an amazing day.